I would like to personally welcome each and every one of our incredible team members, all 2,654 of you, to the 22-23 school year. I continue to be humbled and grateful for the heart and effort that you all bring to serve our kids, our community, and each other every single day. There is absolutely no doubt that we have been pushed beyond our limits and that we have exhausted every ounce of effort that we could these past 2 years. The reality is that we pulled each other through. We survived. We struggled. We learned. We fell down. We got back up, and we grew. The past 2 years have impacted us all in so many ways, kids and adults alike. Yes, we are still rebuilding. And yes, it's going to take quite some time before we are on a smooth trajectory upward. But it's time to close our last chapter and focus forward. We need each other, and the kids need us. We know that many of the things that were really strong, that we were really good at several years ago, have slipped somewhat or have faltered. That's okay. It's time to lean in and take shared responsibility for making them strong again. No blame, no shame. We see it, we own it, we solve it, and we improve it together. It is true, previous high expectations may have become lax or may have been adjusted due to necessity or forces outside of our control. And that's okay. It's time to move that bar back up for ourselves and for our kids. High levels of expectation, high levels of accountability, with just as high levels of care and support. Simply put, we care too much to accept anything less, and we simply won't allow one person in our VVSD family to not be working and constantly growing to be the best version of themselves. So now it's time to close our last chapter and focus forward. We need each other, and our kids need us. It is understandable that in times of great stress, one's own belief in their own ability or in the ability of others can be tested or start to erode. If you've been in Valley View School District for any length of time, you are likely familiar with the phrase, first the heart, then the mind. We know this. True belief is the greatest factor in impacting the outcomes for our learners. And without true belief, we cannot have true connection. And the best we can accomplish is just simple compliance or going through the motions on a day-to-day basis. We must check ourselves and others and challenge anything that runs counter to true beliefs in our students, our families, and each other. Lack of true belief is the invisible barrier that we must confront and overcome. We must see the value that our students, families, and colleagues bring and truly believe that through partnership, we can and will meet the highest standards. Our student voice tells us that some of our students aren't feeling quite as connected or quite a sense of belonging that they once felt. So this new year is our opportunity to reestablish that. From the very first day of school, every adult that they come into contact with on the very first day of school and for the rest of the school year will be the single most important factor in growing this again to where it once was. With care and consistency, we can do this together. Our kids need to know that we truly believe in them, even if they don't yet believe in themselves. Our families need to know that we believe in them, even if they've never before felt valued as partners in their child's learning. First the heart, and then the mind. Our staff voice last year told us that we weren't quite as strong in how we perceive each other as being all in and taking collective responsibility to help each other grow, to help our kids grow, to help our schools improve. And this is certainly not a surprise when you consider the stress and the demands that we've all been under. The truth is, work in education and work with kids is very demanding with so many challenges and so many things out of our control. But we can control how we lock arms to support one another to meet the challenges that come before us. I believe in our team. I believe in each of you, and I have full confidence that we will do just this. We will set the tone. We will be the example, and we will help each other to be strong so that we can be strong together for our kids. So now the charge is to re-engage and be a part of repairing any cracks in the foundation of beliefs that will impede us from making the positive growth that we know we can achieve together. Our collective voice is strong, our collective belief in our people and in our capacity is the single most important factor in our success. Your words and your actions must show true belief in every learner, every family, and every colleague. This school year is our chance to write the next story, the next book in the series for Valley View School District. Every learner, every day. This is not just a motto or a tagline. This is why we are here. I have asked staff countless times to think about the significance of the word every and the responsibility that we have to each child in our learning community. There is a marked difference in how we teach, lead, support, or serve when we don't just think of a general group of all students, but when we realize the true significance of seeing every child and ensuring every child feels seen, valued, and included. Picture our learners' faces. See them here in our space. In a couple short days, they will be with us in our classrooms, in our hallways, in our cafeterias, on our school buses. Those individual faces are unique. Their needs, personalities, their backgrounds, their strengths, and their challenges are all unique. Their goals and aspirations are unique, even if those goals and aspirations at their earliest formative stages. What they need from their school experience and what they need from us is unique. I continue to charge each of you to keep the phrase, every learner, every day, at the forefront. In the simplest terms, this is our collective why. It is a simple yet significant statement. It is the most pointed definition of educational equity. And no matter what your role is in VVSD, you are part of an incredible network of support that is in place to ensure that we make huge strides to accomplish this for every learner. You have likely noticed that the identifying symbol for Valley View School District has evolved. That's because we're evolving. We are taking our incredible foundational elements to the next level with so much to build upon to continue to grow and achieve together. The 2 V's, of course, representing Valley View, the 4 shapes representing the 4 pillars from our previous logo, and the subtle heart representing the heart, the love of the Valley View School District family. And of course, the emphasis on 365 that represents both our unique district number and also the concept of every day, because we are here to serve every learner every day. Our mission in Valley View School District continues to center around college, career, and life readiness, with every learner being choice ready. We will continue to grow in our understanding of what post-secondary readiness truly entails and how do we continue to grow a culture of post-secondary readiness, refine our practices, and create systems from the earliest stages in pre-K all the way through elementary, middle, high school, and secondary transition to ensure that every learner achieves post-secondary readiness on their pathway. Our vision in Valley View School District is represented by a portrait of a learner that takes together the idea that 21st century skills, competencies, together with deep learning, becomes the critical combination for our learners to become not just lifelong learners and community contributors, but to be truly ready for life after school. This is represented through our VVSD Portrait of a Learner. This is our community's collective vision for our kids, and this has been set through a process that brought together hundreds of voices from our stakeholders that said that these are critical priorities. So together, we have the opportunity to build shared meaning around this vision and build an intentional school experience and a strong system to ensure that every learner leaves us with these 4 competencies strongly in place. In addition to being choice ready, when a learner leaves VVSD, they are ready academically and social emotionally. They also leave us as an empathetic citizen, a critical thinker, an effective communicator, and an adaptive learner. Our core values. We are recentering around our core values in Valley View School District, leaning in to deeply engage in the work and be even more intentional about how we go about refining and building systems to take it to the next level, elevating the school experience, elevating the impact and the outcomes. So we will continue to be driven by our deep commitment to equity for every learner. This means equitable experience, equitable access, equitable opportunity, and equitable outcomes. Our work this year will be driven by our core values and focused on our district priorities. The power of our collective impact when we are all working with the same purpose towards the same goals is immeasurable. Refocusing on our core values and aligning our work and our decisions is a commitment that every single adult in our learning community must make. Our ability as a school system to live our core values of equity, continuous improvement, and partnership on a daily basis will determine our success and the success of every child. Please take time to think about what these values look like in action and how your role can continue to ensure these values guide our work in VVSD. We are very pleased to share our new strategic plan that was recently approved by the Board of Education in July. This is the culmination of efforts of a year-long process, and the portrait of a learner sets the stage for this strategic plan to guide us into the years ahead. Our new strategic plan is entitled Engage and Elevate 365. The strategic plan priorities outline our work as a district, the 4 priority areas: learning and growth, equitable systems, responsive and caring culture, stewardship of resources, and empowerment. It's not necessary to know every single detail of this comprehensive plan, but what is necessary is that we not only know the key pieces of the puzzle in your specific building, in your department, or on your team. You not only know these, but you own these, and you own the work, and you own the responsibility of building shared meaning, committing to the work, and committing to monitoring the progress and the impact on our kids. So it is clear that our immediate priorities are to get ready for our kids to arrive in the next couple days. And at the same time, it is also critical that we take a moment to reflect and connect to our why. We revisit the concept of beliefs, belief in our kids, belief in our families, belief in each other. And we recommit to making shared meaning around our mission, our vision, and that commitment to live our core values. This is what it's all about. So in the upcoming year, we are building meaning around this priority work, and we're going to focus our efforts to make the greatest collective impact we can on our kids, working together to improve for every learner every day. This is our charge, and this is a charge that I am most confident that we can accomplish together, because we are Valley View School District. Best wishes to each and every one of you for a healthy and strong start to the new school year. It's time to lean in together. Exciting opportunities are ahead, and together we will write our next story for Valley View School District, for our kids, our community, and for each other. Have a great year, Valley View.